Just want to make a little public service announcement today in the midst of COVID-19.
Raise the vibration.
Let's get this all situated. Ooh, got some lighting. Alright, so, like I said, I want to make a little public service announcement today because, as you know, we're all stuck in quarantine, wondering what to do with our lives amidst COVID-19. So, as you probably know, health officials are telling everyone to stay home. But what about people who don't have a place to call home? During this time of being quarantined and facing all the uncertainty with the future, like we don't even know what the future holds in a few months, let alone the next week, it's important to keep in mind people who are facing worse conditions than ourselves. And what I mean by this is homeless shelters have been struggling since COVID-19. People in these shelters are already extra vulnerable as it is. A lot of them have health conditions that just make them more vulnerable to getting the virus, and if they do get it, it's a lot worse. So these shelters are struggling because a lot of them don't know what to do if someone gets it. They can't stay there because then they would infect everyone else. On top of that, homeless shelters are running low on a lot of necessities right now, like hand soap, cleaning supplies, tissues, toilet paper, everything like that. Also, a lot of these homeless shelters rely on donations for every single meal to feed the people at the shelters. And since COVID-19 started, there's been a decline in donations because, for one thing, people just can't get to the shelters to volunteer. They can't leave their houses, and a lot of the shelters aren't even allowing people to volunteer because that's just dangerous. And since people can't leave their houses, they're also not dropping off in-kind donations. Additionally, they're just struggling with financial support overall because right now so many people are struggling to support themselves financially. So many people are getting laid off. Some might be just laid off for a short period of time, but either way, a lot of people are suffering financially right now. But my point is that for those of us who are fortunate enough to support ourselves financially during this time, I think it's important to give back because it just lessens the fears and it just lessens the uncertainty that everyone's facing. So for example, at these shelters where they rely on donations for every meal to feed the people there, it really helps them out when they see that all of their meals are filled for the next day. Because for a lot of them, they don't even know if they're gonna have a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner the next day. All right, so this has all been very depressing, but the good news is that you can help. And that's what I want to make this video about. I just want to tell you about the ways that you can give back if you are in this position of, you know, being stuck in quarantine, feeling fortunate for what you do have, but also knowing that so many people out there have it worse. So if you're looking for ways to help, the first step is to just research your local homeless shelters and then decide if you want to support one shelter or if you want to support multiple. So then after you do that, just look through their website and find out what they're doing right now to allow people to donate. So from my research, right now a lot of shelters have different policies for dealing with COVID-19. I did find one shelter that's not too far away from me, and they're allowing pretty much everything right now. They're allowing you to give a financial donation online. You can drop off supplies. The things they need right now particularly are like tissues, hand soap, cleaning supplies. They allow you to donate canned food or any non-perishable items. They're also allowing you to have food delivered, or you can even make meals to deliver yourself. I know this sounds really risky with COVID-19, but they do have precautions in place. Like for example, they have a list of rules to follow when you're handling the food, and when you drop off, it's a no contact drop off. So they just have a location you go to, you drop off the food, you write on it that it's for a lunch the next day, and then they'll take care of the rest. So yeah, I encourage you to just go online and find out ways that you can help, find out ways you can support these shelters. I think for everyone, the financial donations go the furthest because then it's unrestricted and they can respond to emergencies if needed with the money. Alright, so I hope this video encouraged you in some way to try to give back during COVID-19. I know it's a crazy situation we're all in right now, but it is a huge help the more people who can donate to these shelters. So I hope that's some food for thought for you. Thanks for watching this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to get notifications every time I post a video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.